Alright, Hanging Out is now live. Shit, I forgot the fucking music again. Alright,
Redo.
read it. Yeah, read it. Hold on, guys, we'll be back. No, just kidding. Slim will sing Mississippi Queen for us now. Go ahead, Slim.
I don't get paid enough for that, sorry.
Alright. Welcome to episode 8 of Intentionally Left Blank. We're catching up. Catching up. I'm Angelina. We got Slim and Frankie with us tonight. And so cheesy. Yeah, all right, so we're going to talk about California ammo thing today. We're just doing a 20 minutes now before Daily Gun Show starts. So as of July 1st, 2019, California decided, or told us rather, that we would be subject to a background check to buy ammunition in the state of California. So, apparently it's been kind of a clusterfuck so far. And aside from the infringement that it is, there's something to do with the so in California you have this Real ID thing coming up. Is it everywhere else too?
I'll be honest, I've gotten things in the mail about this Real Idea thing, and I've promptly put them away in a drawer and forgot about them, but I do believe the Real ID thing is going nationwide.
Ooh, that's very interesting. I wonder, I'm going to bring this up to E Honda when I see him next and see if that could be a conspiracy.
It could be. I know, from what I know, I forget when ours takes effect, but I think for us, I know if you're going to go on an airplane, you got to have one, but I've been trying to find out, because I am not a fan of the DMV, if I have no intention of going on an airplane, if I don't have to run out and get one.
At least here, it's like everybody has to get one by a certain, day or whatever. Okay, so Dano's saying Real ID is nationwide. And Patriot in the Dark is saying if you don't have a passport, you need one to fly in the continental USA, coming soon to the airport near you. So crap. All right, so so with buying ammo, I guess you have to have the Real ID thing, and if you don't have that, you have to have a passport or something with you.
Which I'm surprised that they're doing that, because I've never experienced background check for ammo. Now, some places when you get black powder, some of them will photograph your driver's license just because it's a low-grade explosive. But I'm surprised they're going off the Real ID rather than just your driver's license.
Okay, so I'm reading the thing here. They're not calling it a background check. There's that. And it says that why is it called an eligibility check and not a background check? Because it's not really a background check. The California Department of Justice does not have access to the Federal National Crime Instant Background Check System for the purpose of vetting someone to purchase ammunition in California. Therefore, the only system the California Department of Justice can use is their own unique database to verify if someone is prohibited from possessing a firearm and therefore ammunition. They will do this by cross-referencing the California's automated firearm system with the prohibited armed persons file. They want to make sure that since you've purchased, registered, or reported a firearm, you haven't gone, quote unquote, off the rails and are now a felon or deemed by a court to be criminally insane. Side note, if you've legally purchased a firearm, you've already done a background check. So they're cross-referencing it with these fucking lists here. But the standard eligibility check, I guess, is $1. And they verify the automated firearm system to make sure that you have a valid California license or a federally compliant ID. So that's a real ID. And it says that if you have one that says federal limits apply, which I do, you're still eligible for the standard eligibility check, but you need to provide additional proof of residency. So what is that? Additional.
Perhaps I'm sure they want you to walk in with like an electric bill or a phone bill at this point.
That's what you got to do when you're buying a pistol here. Like you got to bring your ID and like your car registration, a light bill, something like that.
Yeah, which is funny because I remember same thing, different situation. Years ago, I was getting a PO box, and they wanted two forms of ID that had an address on them, and I had just moved in, and I'm like, well, I'm only renting a room at the time, so like there is no big formal lease, and like I don't have an electric bill yet. I don't have any of this, and luckily, I had my permit to carry, and I'm like, well, here, this has the old address on it, but like I don't know what you want here from me. Like I'm opening a PO box.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. All right, so I found. Oh, go ahead, Frankie. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I live in a state where all I have to do is take my CHL license when I'm buying a gun and just fill out the piece of paper, and I'm like out in 5 minutes.
That must be nice.
You're even better.
That sounds like freedom.
Tastes like freedom too.
Jealous. All right, so I just found out. So I have a federal limits apply. Or don't, but I have the not a real ID, and I'm not supposed to get another ID until next October. So that's some time. So what do I have to bring? Either a valid or unexpired U.S. passport or passport card, certified copy of U.S. birth certificate, U.S. certificate or consular report of birth abroad of a U.S. citizen, valid unexpired foreign passport with valid U.S. immigrant visa and approved record of arrival, certified copy of birth certificate from U.S. territory, certificate of naturalization, or a valid unexpired permanent resident card. So basically, I can't buy ammo right now because the Department of State lost my fucking passport, so I don't have that. And then I don't have a copy of my birth certificate. I got to get one of those to reapply for my fucking passport because the State Department fucked me. So right now I can't buy any ammo.
See, the biggest thing that pisses me off, apart from the actual thing that they changed, is this, and I'll quote George Carlin when I say this, the soft language. The fact that they don't want to call it a background check. It's an eligibility check. It's a background check. They're going in, they're checking your shit to see who you are and if you've done anything just to purchase a box of ammo. Which is redundant because, without a gun, the ammo's no good. We don't need to go down that road. But like, it just irritates that they're going to try and put soft language to cover up the fact that it's infringements.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is kind of, so, everyone has had that left-leaning friend, neighbor, relative, acquaintance, whatever, stranger on the internet that says, they're not taking your gun, settle down, like that whole thing. And it's like, yeah, they're not coming to my door taking my fucking guns, but you're taking my ammo, so my guns will be useless.
And I brought that up. I brought this up a little while ago when I said, "Well, what happens when this system goes down, or the system gets bogged down?" Or, and they said this about the thing. Where is there like a limit? Like if for some reason the system's down and they can't perform the background check that day for whatever reason, um, is there like after 3 days you get the ammo no matter what, or is it?
Oh, good question. Good question. Let's see. Let me scan.
Because I said that a little while ago that they open the door for, if they don't want anybody to have ammo, like if maybe things are getting a little interesting and people are trying to stock up for X reason, just bog down the system, make it do one background check an hour or something, and next thing you know it's 2 months to get you cleared.
Yeah, totally. I mean, they're not known for being like well oiled, so let's see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The standard eligibility check will take 2 minutes or less. The basic eligibility check, which is $19, will be a manual check by the California DOJ and can take 10 days or more.
Or more. Keyword or more.
So that sounds like it doesn't matter how long it takes. You just can't buy ammo until they clear you.
And that's for every single box. So like it's all about control. It's about the like me, I don't have all the money in the world, so maybe every week or so if I'm in the store, I'll pop by the ammo and grab a box. So that's going to stop people from doing that, from slowly building up their stockpile or just having ammo for the range, because now I got to sit and wait for 20 minutes to have a eligibility check done, and if that system's down, then forget it. Like it's about controlling.
Well, yeah, and there's a whole hey, Slim, you want to go to the range? Yeah, let's go. Oh, you know what? I need more ammo for my 22 short Slayer. I don't know. And so, like, you go by Walmart and your background check, your standard eligibility check doesn't go through. And then you need that other one, so it could take 10 days. So you're not shooting that gun if you don't have a stockpile going.
Exactly.
The only thing that I've ever experienced when it came to something like that was a bit ago. For a minute, it was really hard to find 22 ammo.
Oh, yeah. The
It was
shortage.
crazy.
Yeah. That was a crazy time here.
I remember when bricks were going for $60 plus.
Yeah. Remember when a brick was like $10?
Growing up,
It's time ago.
I can remember we'd go into Walmart. I was probably like 18 or whatever, 19, but maybe a little bit younger. But we would go into Walmart. You'd grab a shopping cart because it's heavy. You'd wheel back to the sporting goods section, and I remember you used to shoot the Remington Thunderbolts, and you would just fill the cart with like 4 or 5 of them, and you'd buy them, and you'd spend, they'd be like 10, 12, $13 at the most, and you were damned determined that first range trip you were at least going through one minimum.
If only we knew then what we know now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to do a quick pause in this topic to do a giveaway for an intentionally left blank patch. If you didn't see it last week, I guess we can harass Slim to get up and show it.
Yes, I can get up. Allow me.
All right, so the question, Space Cadets, is
this beautiful patch that glows in the dark.
There it is. Hey, what's that patch above it?
Above it, that's the that would be the portal gun from Rick and Morty.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But
All right, so to win one of those, here's our trivia question. It's actually a two-parter. Or I guess we'll just do one and we'll do two giveaways. So the first question is, in gunpowder, what is the role of the saltpeter? So there's a, what's that, a science question? A reloading question? I don't know. I'll put the
Three, I guess.
link in the side. All right, so back to California ammo. So yeah, this kind of sucks, dude.
Well, the interesting thing is, like, I mean, I remember hearing a lot about, what was it, 1639, but I don't remember hearing a lot about the California thing. Like, so I guess my question is, did I just not hear, like, being out of California, did I just not hear about it, or was this kind of like sprung on everybody?
It was kind of sprung on everybody, but it's, I mean, we knew it was coming for probably about a year or so.
Yeah, because like I said, like, I remember hearing, like, everybody was going on, you know, for good reason about building funds for that, but then that kind of happened, and it's like, whoa, wait, what? But I mean, it's a worry because, like I said, with there being no limitation on, okay, you know, after so many days, like, they got to give you your ammo, you know, stop dicking around. It's dangerous. It's I'm sure the people that report, oh, it's no big deal, it's just a 5-minute background check, until it's not.
Well, yeah, it's an eligibility check.
You know, or in, you know, and especially with, like, certain places like Walmart, which, love them or hate them, you can usually, you know, for someone on a budget, Walmart's an excellent place to pick up ammo. Like, you're expecting the Walmart person to be able to do that, or, you know, maybe they have one person trained in the store, and you're expecting that one Walmart employee to be able to perform background checks.
But yeah, and that's the thing, is that a lot of Walmarts here are just not selling ammo because they have people that don't know how to do, like, you know, the new process, or it's just kind of too much of a liability or what. So I don't know about that. The last I saw, I went into my local Walmart, sadly, to see what was going on with the ammo sitch, and they had a sign there saying they weren't selling it till like July 10th, and it was like July 13th. So,
And I've heard that from a couple people I know in California have mentioned the same thing, of, like, where they saw signs in their Walmarts of, oh, well, we got to redo it or whatever, we got to train associates, and that date has passed. So it's like, what's going to happen to people trying to get ammo? Are gun shops now all of a sudden going to stop? Because now let's face it, before it was a quick 5-minute, you know, thing. Oh, you need this ammo? Okay, slide your card, you're good, have a nice day. Where now they're going to have to have extra staff on hand to be able to run these ammo background checks. And as far as new gun shops, what happens when that's just one more thing that a new gun shop would have to contend with before they can open up?
well, gun shops they've kind of been doing a little extra because they've been having to, like, receive ammo. And LA County's been, LA County's been fingerprinting for ammo for like, probably like 5 years.
Now, when you say fingerprinting, like, is that every single time they fingerprint you, or is it like?
Yes. Like, they have a logbook, and you would, like, you know, your name, your driver's license, your address, and then your, you know, right thumbprint in the logbook.
Now, do they have records of how many crimes that stopped?
I'm sure literally none. But no, I mean I don't know if it's a safety, if it's a, I'm sure it's a, we need to know who's getting this ammo. And I think allegedly it wasn't tracked. They would just have to have like an entry from you, but not like, 500 rounds to the Slim Cowboy.
So in other words, it was just another inconvenience because they knew that they can't actually ban that stuff because they know that it would cause an uproar and people would basically be, rioting like, what happened to the Second Amendment? So they just continue to try and make it more and more difficult, make it less simplified to get into, being a freedom-oriented American, to make it not seem as like, hey, I want to become, able to protect myself. I want to do this, because then you realize this, and this, and this, and this has to be accomplished before you can even start with that. And you're like, you know what? It's not worth it. The government can protect me.
Yeah. And it's it's just like a shitty extra step. But there's a lot of guns in California. There's a lot of legal gun owners, and just legal gun owners in California. But so a couple years ago, we had this like huge petition effort. There were like 9 petitions, like, being signed at this time, all 2A stuff. And like Firearms Policy Coalition was super behind us with it. And I did a lot on it. I had a bunch of friends that did a lot on it. And we were so under the signatures we needed, even though there's like so many gun owners, like no one shows up. So the reason why we have this stupid ammo thing today is because no one shows up. The reason why we're getting fingerprinted is because no one shows up. So it's I will say, when I talk about guns with my other countrymen, statesmen, we will say like, well, why is it like this? Why is California like this? California didn't always, be this like liberal paradise. In fact, California has a lot of Republicans. It's just the 2 blue stains that ruin us. But the bottom line of it is that no one shows up. So, I have a friend who, I think he's in Virginia, and I posted something about gun rights in California on Facebook. I don't know, a week ago, and he commented like, well, I hope you're happy. Your California gun laws are coming over to Virginia. They're trying to make us look like, hell compared to you guys. Like they're trying to be worse than California. And this motherfucker was one of the loudest screamers that was like, oh, just let California fall off into the ocean. Fuck them. I don't care about them. And my point on this, what?
No, just like how I would ask how exactly it was you guys' fault. Like,
well, it is our fault, really, because precedent is set. And my point is on this is everybody that says fuck California, fuck New Jersey, fuck Maryland, fuck New York, we need to like put your dick in that state and get going on activism. Like, even though that's not your state, these are your rights. And when the precedent is set, it's like a creepy vine that just crawls all across the United States until every one of you is now eligibility checked for fucking ammunition.
Now, I agree with everything about that statement except for the New Jersey part, because I agree, fuck New Jersey. For someone who has been in New Jersey many times, like, nah. If we could just like build a wall or a fence around New Jersey, like the world would be a better place.
New Jersey is super dirty, but I love it because we are one nation, and I love all of the 50 states, including my least favorite state, which is Arkansas. So it's 9:04, and the Daily Gun Show should be starting soon. We're probably corking it and taking all their viewers. But we're going to do one last trivia question, and then we'll wrap it up. So The final trivia question for not an intentionally left blank patch. It'll be some other patch that I select from the array of patches, maybe a suck a bag of dicks patch. I don't know. We'll see. The question is, assault rifles were introduced during World War II by what country and what were they called?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, right? Kind of gave me a boner.
Yes.
While we're waiting for the answers on there, I'll let Frankie do her closing plugs and get a word in. And then we'll go to Slim, and then we'll get the F out of here.
I missed all of you guys the last couple of weeks, so this has been a fun couple of days of having back-to-back shows, so keep tuning in. Go check out my channel. I have an Instagram, so you guys can get in contact with me easy. Got exciting stuff coming up next couple of months for my channel. Looking forward to the future. And I don't know, try to survive this community that's been hitting us a little bit too hard lately.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Slim Cowboy, I heard you did a video today.
Yes. First, I'd like to say thanks for the invite, as always. Always a fun show to do. Yes, I do videos on my channel. I do reviews of different stuff. And today, I guess you would consider today's video a drunken rant, but concerning a rather disappointing new piece of news that came out yesterday. So I would definitely recommend going to check that out. But yeah, thanks again, as always.
Yeah, of course. And for me, buy things from AlanAnchor.com and
Or porkypiggin.com.
or PorkyPiggin.com. Use code SNOB for free stuff. It actually works too. So yeah, thanks for watching. And maybe we'll catch you next week. Maybe we'll catch you in 2 weeks. But Dano is going to be on our next show. So I don't know what we're going to have him talk about yet, but it's going to be good. So tune in for that, and we'll catch you, I don't know, next week, week after. We'll see.